Hey, good day to you. This is Rain. I'm the founder of Forex 100. Is the sound, everything okay, Tyler? Hi, Tyler. Great. Amazing. So is it too echoey? Is it too loud? Everything okay? Last week we faced some software issue, so the echo wasn't because of the distance, because clearly I did not shift the mic during the recording, so it came in and out, on and off on the echo. So sorry about that. Software thing, there's nothing much I can do. Hi MK. So today let us get going. Love to start off with this topic, the second referendum happening on 12th of, let me see. Yes, it's 12th of December. There's a UK election coming up. So to me, that is a second referendum. Why do I say so? Because there are two parties. One is pro-Brexit. That means they want the UK leave the EU because of this and that. And of course, the other group is Brestay. Seldom use that term because it's not much coverage on that apart from the first referendum that happened on 23rd of June 2016. How do I remember the date so well? Because I did a live trading on that day. Yeah. Hi Toy. So the fun thing is this general election came right after the Prime Minister, the current Prime Minister Boris Johnson, didn't get the Parliament to agree and support the idea of whatever he has proposed. I thought it was good, it was great, but just sometimes in the politician scene, the politician ground, some of the opposition in certain country, not to mention, did say that sometimes opposition just oppose for the sake of opposing. To a certain degree, I do agree, and of course some of the things brought up by oppositions are pretty valid, so it really depends on which point we are looking into. Yeah. So so the thing is that if those citizens of UK, if they voted the parties that is going to move the campaign of staying in EU, then of course Brexit is not going to happen, which I do see that there's a opportunity of that. And for those who voted the parties that want to move forward with the Brexit, for the people of the first vote, the first referendum, so never take voting lightly. Yeah, you will know the result. It was quite divided, I would say. 47 something percent over another percentage, I can't remember clearly, but this really get those that who wish to stay in EU, or rather who want UK to stay in EU, a really big wake up call. And of course those who want Brexit to happen, to really move and get people to do it, you see. So I did chat with some friends in UK, and their personal opinion, of course that is their opinion, and I'm not saying that this will happen, but I did ask a interesting question. As traders, we must ask question like this. Hi Calvin. So I say, what if they voted someone, the politician, the parties that is looking to stay in EU, and the guy say it could lead to a civil war, which I think it could be, maybe. Alright, but definitely there will be price movement in British pound for sure. If I think if it is a clear vote of the decision that show a unity in the country, pound is going to appreciate. But if once again is those kind of like close to 50-50, a toss of the coin, those kind of situation, I think pound is going to drop. So I'm saying that even let's say the Brexit or Brestay showed up and it showed pretty united, we are looking at statistics like let's say 60% in favor of one than the other, then I do see that a short term, maybe a few days to weeks, pound appreciation. Alright, but if the votes came out like more like a close to close to half those kind of situation. I'm not saying 50-50 because there'll be people that spoil votes and stuff like that. Yeah, or vote for other parties and stuff like that. There will be a problem. I think pound is going to have another big drop. That's just my take. So that's my view of that. It's not so much of Brexit will it go up or down and Brestay will it go up or down. It's more of whether the country show a unity to the world. I think that's that. Alright, so with the topic of the day out of the way, let us go into things like today's analysis. Euro dollar bearish movement, market double bottom over here. Alright, bearish movement. First high, market double top, and followed by a double bottom. And of course, this is not the typical double bottom hour trade. Okay, if you are looking for buying opportunity, you're counter trend trading at this point. And of course, look out for the previous high. This is something that is important, a strong resistance over here at this price, 1.1167 to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, you can see much clearly a zoom in version of the double top and double bottom. It doesn't happen in all cases, so traders, especially if you are new, please don't assume. Don't assume that you see a double top happen on daily 4-hour, you will see it. Or likewise the other way around. If daily you don't see a double top, double bottom, that means that on the 4-hour it doesn't appear. And that's all because the candle opened and closed on a different time. To the 1-hour chart, on the 1-hour chart you can see a strong appreciation followed by consolidation. So this chunk over here is known as the consolidation. So waiting for the market to break above or break below of the entire market. Back to daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. Over here is a sell zone, or to some you call it a supply zone. Terms doesn't matter as far as you get it. Alright. And we have a bearish shock at a much higher price, 1.1245. I'm right now in a long position. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm in a long position. So one of the level I'm very concerned of is 1.1249 for sure, and that's why that's my exit price. To the 4-hour chart, this is the very nice back pattern. The one thing that's not nice about it is the C price touches A, so this is a warning sign. So with warning sign around, even the chart showed up, or rather the pattern showed up within a buy zone, which is an additional support factor for the trade. I will need some form of confirmation like this, magic candle confirmation reversal, before I engage the trade. So the first time around I really engaged, exited the trade. Right now market came down, went back up again. So right now I am watching closely. So December posed a very interesting time. That first 12th of December we have the Brexit, and 15 the tariffs of in US, which I feel generally it shouldn't be a great mover in the FX market, because we have been talking about these tariffs for long time, not as long as Brexit, but for Brexit this is general election, so the focus will become very different. But for the tariffs, it has been going on and on for so long. Supposedly it shouldn't move the market, so listen me out first. But this time round is towards the end of the year. Not quite sure of how things are going, because at the place I'm at, we just have a news that Sasa is closing all 21 outlets and moving out of Singapore. So these are signs of economy is not good. And of course, I'm not saying that Singapore economy represent all. I'm just giving you one of an example. Now, of course, other countries having riots and stuff like that, election going on in many countries in Asia, even countries like Taiwan, countries like Korea is having election as well, South Korea having election as well, you know. So I don't know, you know. So I do find that it is a possibility for traders or people who just got unemployed or just dabble into FX trading is looking for things to trade. Even fund managers, maybe they want to up their portfolio for the last run before they call for the 2 weeks break. Christmas and New Year smack right between Wednesday. That's the biggest nightmare for traders, because you see Monday and Friday usually are already not a mover in a week, usually, but I do not encourage you to take a day off. Alright, I do catch pretty decent move on some of the Mondays and Fridays, like substantial. We're talking about hundreds of pips movement on Fridays and Mondays, and I'm not talking about non-farm payroll week. Alright, so having the Christmas and New Year the only holidays in the FX market, or rather the international market in FX world, it can really put the market pretty quiet. Within the last 2 weeks of December, I do expect a short burst of a single direction of certain currency. So that's usually the case. So if you have no business, you have no trades in it, don't just enter for fun, because such movement might really caught you off guard. The last 2 weeks of December, you really have to take note. Yes, most of the time it look like now, like the chart is not moving at all, but it will have a sudden burst, something like this over here. Alright, and it will go flat, so that's why I've observed over the years it's possible. So I'm saying that if you have running trades and stuff like that, and if you already have like substantial profits, to me 50 pips is a good profit for most currency pair. I'll just shift my stops to entry, and I'll just wait it out. Alright, unless I see some of the warning sign and some of my chart analysis and interpretation that market is going against me, then if my rule allows me to do so, I will intervene, and after I intervene, I'll never look back. Alright, so over here, the interesting part about this chart is I'm going to watch very, very closely, mainly to say that in the past I don't do active intervention. That means once I enter the trade, I just leave it run. But nowadays I do, especially in month of December. I don't want to lose this big chunk of profits. It's not very small. We are looking at quite a substantial profits movement. Alright, till now it's about 81 pips. For December is a lot. So I'm watching closely on how the candles react these 2 days. So if it doesn't have a clear sign of break and close above the high 1.1094, then I may really intervene and just exit. Other reasons are like the previous high over here show great resistance, and I also do happen to know that groups of harmonic pattern traders, they only take off targets on the first target. That's not my main concern, but it doesn't come across to me that there is a substantial size of harmonic pattern traders will just enter at target 1 and ride for target 2. It just doesn't make sense. Alright, so and over here furthermore, there's a RSI overbought and it came back down. So I really am going to observe how this filter going about. So take note, especially if you are sharing your analysis out there as well. H1 to the 1 hour chart, beautiful. This is the shark pattern. Now we know why. So the shark pattern has reached the final target profit, and that's perhaps the shark is the mover, is not the bat is the mover, or it's just pure structure. Alright, so it has reached its final target. I'm watching very, very closely with my own trade, euro dollar right now running with profits, and I say that I may intervene. I'm pretty certain that this is one of the focus I'll be looking at today. Alright, so if you are like a full-time trader like myself, other than having 2 screens, it's always good to have a whiteboard near you, out of within your reach. So you can ask yourself, you can write down notes, you can scribble, and of course you can use Google Keep if you are more keen of that. But a whiteboard does help me a lot in my trading and my planning and stuff like that. So something for you to think of. Alright, so that's euro dollar. Let me just bring back the Facebook chat on the side. All good. To the next pair. So guys, you can ask questions, and of course I will do at my best to do it. As a full-time trader, my income depends on trading, so I do have came up with some of the ideas and stuff like that last night. So it got so excited. I'm so excited that I can't sleep. Seldom happen to me nowadays. So yesterday I slept I tried to sleep at 12, but I got so excited I only able to sleep like about after 4 a.m. that's for sure. Yeah, and I woke up at about 7 plus to attend meeting. So it's still all good. It's still all good from now. Alright, so to the next pair. So feel free, my point is feel free to ask questions, and I will answer as at my level best to help you with that. Pound dollar on the daily chart. Daily chart market went up, went to consolidation. So this is when I would say opportunity for traders to take sides. So if you think that the country is very divided, you can look for a selling opportunity. Hopefully before next Thursday it moved to the first target profit level. You can shift your stops to entry and you just see the outcome, you just let it go. Alright, minimum I think about 50 to 70 pips of profits before you stop loss entry, because it will be a volatile period, and never look back, of course. But if you are very much seeing that it will give a strong direction in single movement, you can look for buying opportunity. In fact, all pound currency right now seems like it's pushing upwards, so take note of that. Alright, 24-hour chart. Also on the daily chart, it's still not bearish yet. Yeah, it's still not bullish yet. Overall still bearish. This is last move of the downward movement. Market break and close above the high one time. I need another break and close above the high before you can call for a bull trend. Alright, 4-hour chart, this is what we have, a sideways consolidation over here. Alright, and move down to 1 hour. Have you spotted anything yet? What's the outlook of Euro Pound? Alright, so Jeremy, Euro Pound is not in my list. So what is going to happen after I have a rundown of 13 chart? I'm going to cover Euro Pound. Hopefully you can stay. And of course, when you stay and we are doing it live, I can actually get to your answers, or we can have some interactive thoughts like that. So usually my session will not last more than an hour. So at the same time, you can look at different perspectives as well. Alright, all good. If unfortunately you have to leave, you can always watch the playback. My personal opinion, live session is always the best, because you get to interact and stuff like that. Alright, so if you watch the playback, definitely you can ask questions. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But one thing for sure, please do not use our analysis as a holy grail on how you should be trading and stuff like that, because we do a lot of money management and trade management to make sure that we have a trading edge on this. Alright, so let me share with you my analysis on pound dollar first. Pound dollar on the daily chart, sell zone over here, butterfly pattern, and a back pattern as well, looking to complete at about 1.3036. It's actually not that far, and that's the price I'm looking to short. On the daily chart, yesterday it has already have a sign of break above and close above the high over here. Let me just check my live data, because sadly the brokers I'm using is not in trading view, and even if it is in trading view, I do prefer using MT4. It's more hazard free. Yep, so less prone of clicking wrong stuff. Alright, so over here. Alright, so yes, it does break and close above the high over here, but over here it just touch it, so the resistance is still holds. Alright, so take note of that. It's still resisted, so yep, that's that. Down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, nothing much other than a sideways movement, and on the 1-hour chart, there is this bearish crab pattern. So for crab pattern this year, I have observed many of times it will just went off D, and it will need some form and some kind of confirmation again and stuff like that, and before you can enter it, you know. So of course, if you're aggressive and stuff like that, you just enter the trade. The confirmation is done by my assistant, not a person but a software that I have, and that's available for all my traders package subscriber. So to help you a bit, if you're interested, just go to my website under traders package, and you just share the link, and yeah, you just go to the link, you get to see our results and stuff like that. And once you choose the package that suits you best, I will arrange a time with you to do the installation for you, so you can use it for your trading purposes. And of course, for myself, I do use it for other analysis as well. Alright, let's get back to business. That's pound dollar for you. Yes, no doubt I shorted it because I just need the first target to reach somewhere over here, and I'll shift stops for entry. That's it. I just need a retracement, and I'll see how it goes. Although I have concern of pound extension to the upside. Alright, dollar yen daily chart over here has a clear break and close above the high. So right now it is gearing for a trend reversal or trading opportunity. Maybe it's because of the tariffs and stuff like that. I don't know. Optimism on US maybe. Alright, so on the 4-hour chart, market went up, came down, and went up. So this area become a buy zone. It came back down into the buy zone again. So what I'll do right now, in fact, I'm focusing a lot on buying opportunity on dollar yen because I'm in for a trend reversal. Alright, so on the 1-hour chart, have you spotted anything? Guys, if you have attended my traders live session, you should be able to spot it. Alright, so daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. A head and shoulder formation, inverted head and shoulder formation over here. First break sign over here. So I'm waiting for a buying opportunity as long as it doesn't break and close below the low price 10823. So my focus right now is on buying. 4-hour chart, you have just saw it, spoiler. Alright, so over here is a great support, but this bad pattern is more for the 1-hour chart. Alright, so I just sketched this before we start our session. Told you I have a crazy day today. So over here I'll be waiting for a buying opportunity. This is a deeper completion for the bad pattern. Okay, so yeah, I am very biased to buy dollar yen because of trend reversal setup and a very great reward is to risk ratio. Okay, so to the next pair. Next pair on euro yen. Euro yen on the daily chart, market has a downward movement, came up, went down. So overall, very bearish setup. To the 4-hour chart, market went up and have a bit of consolidation over here into the buy zone and take off again. To the 1-hour chart, 4-hour chart is bullish, and on the 1-hour chart, it has just turned bearish. Alright, this is the last move over here, uptrend movement to here. Market came down, break and close below the low 1 time and 2 time. Back to daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. My analysis as follow. Over here is a bad pattern, looking to short at a much higher price 122.44. To the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, there is a interesting setup. First, I have a bullish bet followed by a bearish bet. So I was gearing in for a selling opportunity. Obviously, right now the market has came back, hitting the first target, but that's not the point. So this setup is kind of invalid, but I'll just leave it here first for further study. 1-hour chart, nothing much for myself, in fact. Alright, nothing much for myself over here. Not yet. Yep. Alright, so that's euro yen. To the next pair, pound yen. Daily chart. You see, across all pairs, you can see a similar story. So Jeremy, if you're around, okay, so you see pound bearish movement. Market came up, break and close above the high price over here. Went to consolidation, went up again, try to break this level. So you can see that it's a similar theme across all pound. So you know pound is the mover for such thing. On the 4-hour chart, market went to consolidation. So what's a bit different over here is that it seems like the market has break above and close above the high, but to my rules it didn't. Market has a magic candle over here. The wick is so long, so it cover all the candles over here. So it became a new level of resistance. the resistance level wasn't broken at all. So take note of that. To the 1 hour chart. So 1 hour chart, a slightly different story because of the candle close and the open. So over here, last wave of the bearish movement, market went up, break and close above the high one time. Over here, it did not break and close above the high. Spotted it. Alright, so we need another break to confirm this area as a buy zone, a new buy zone. Alright, so take note of that, because if your rules are not clear, your analysis will not be clear. And sometimes it's a bit more like a guesswork than a confirmation of the market movement. So on the daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. A bearish bad pattern at 144.11, looking for selling opportunity to the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, we have a bearish godly pattern, which I got into the trade. First target hit, and it went back and hit my stop loss entry. So what can be done for me is that I can do this. I can do a pending order over here, or rather I can send an alert to check for a type 2 engage an opportunity. Of course, with so many warning signs and a potential conflict of signal, I will be waiting for a confirmation or a desirable candle for me to enter the trade. Right? It's still considered trend continuation. People who know me well will know that I love to short more than long. I know it's not much difference, but it's just a mindset or a psychology thing. Alright, so let's say if the market went higher on your 1 hour chart, I still have a sharp pattern to hold it for another shorting opportunity. So you know that I do not have like I'm not crazy about this godly pattern to enter again. I can always go in as a sharp pattern. Alright, engagement, that's that. To the daily chart, no questions other than Euro Pound, really. New Zealand Yen, daily chart, very bullish movement, alright. On the 4 hour, let us go back to daily chart. Daily chart is showing a bearish sign. Right now market went into the sell zone over here. So questions on daily chart, let's say it's showing you a selling signal, and 4 hour chart tell you a buying signal. What should you do? Of course, you can combine an analysis, something like right now the chart is within the sell zone, market went up, hit to 4 hour chart. Over here, I'm waiting for a market that went up again, retest the high, giving me a double top, confirmation reversal, short with RSI divergence. Sounds great? Alright, or you can trade the chart individually, meaning to say that daily chart you just focus on selling, or 4 hour chart you just focus on buying, something along the line if you are trend traders. Alright, 1 hour chart bullish as well. Alright, so it is also possible to tell me a story that 1 hour, 4 hour are bullish. Therefore, on the daily chart, chart may change towards the upside. So what I will do for my case, I will not enter straight away. I'll wait for it to retrace back into the desirable buy zone. Then I'll engage a buying opportunity. Yeah, so that's what I do. Alright, so since we are in the daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. A bad pattern looking to sell 72.49. So you may say, hey Rain, just now you just say about you want to buy on a longer term perspective. I say that is a trade scenario, correct? So even that is assuming it's my trading perspective. It doesn't stop me to enter the trade and head in for a target one, a small retracement trade. On the daily chart, small is not exactly small. It can go up to 100 to 200, even 300 pips of profit, reaching the first target. Pretty normal. Alright, so over here it could be something that I go in for the first try entry, and I can put my stops to entry and right on to the second trade. To the 4 hour chart, on the 4 hour chart, deep crab pattern. Obviously I have already engaged the trade, already shorted this trade in fact. Alright, so we'll see if there's any good sign on this trade. Overall looks still alright. Not too bad. Alright, that's on the 4 hour. Down to the 1 hour chart, nothing much from me. Alright, so that's our New Zealand yen. Next pair. Jeremy, are you still with us? New Zealand dollar on the daily chart, market came down, break and close a new low. Then it retraces, break and close above the high price over here. So what it's telling me is a bearish movement, just a weaker bear. Alright, so I need a retracement and another break and close above to say that it's a change of trend. If the market just rise all the way up, well, I will have a shorting opportunity. Alright, 4 hour chart, this is what we have. Aggressive, beautiful uptrend movement. Alright, over here with a weaker sign that actually stopped the continuation, or rather caused a hurdle to the continuation of the movement. But right now 4 hour chart, bullish. 1 hour chart bullish as well, go into consolidation. Back to daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. So take note that this Friday is a non-farm payroll, just in case you forget about it. Alright, so typically Thursday and stuff like that, I will not be that interested to engage a new trade unless we are talking about 4 hours and daily chart, and if the trade is going like trend trading or a very good reward is to risk, I'll enter the trade in regardless. Okay, so on the daily chart, New Zealand dollar, this is what we have. Looking to sell as a sharp pattern at 67.87. Alright, to the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, couple of patterns has really go invalid. So trading is a lot of drawing, plotting and waiting. So if you have been watching our past videos and analysis, you know at least this trade hit the first target, you know. So you know there's a lot of analyzing and waiting and confirmation before you engage a trade. So trader's job is unlike other job, and I'm not saying in a cliche manner that we are different and stuff like that, extraordinary industry, not so, but rather most of the industry that I know does the job description of the title. So for example, a accountant job is to do accounts, and of course a plumber job is to plumb and stuff like that. Trader's job is not to trade. Trader's job is to analyze and wait for engagement, a trading opportunity. Take note of that. That's my perspective. You know, for many years I don't see any fault in that. 1 hour chart, it went off as well. So I do see that New Zealand dollar is in a expansion and contraction setups. So it's more for like a flag pattern, stuff like that, you know, if you want to trade this. Alright, if not, you're going to wait for very long before a shorting opportunity. It's actually about 200 pips if we have 3 days of single direction movement, or it should do the job. Yep, great, Jeremy, well done. We are halfway there. Sorry, this is just how I arrange my analysis, so it is more structured, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the session. Alright, so Australia dollar on the daily chart, to me Australia is a hidden time bomb. Do we say that? Not hidden, ticking time bomb. Alright, so a ticking time bomb, waiting for thing to really go south. I'm not very optimistic on Australia economy. Alright, I do find that the property occupancy rate is very low, and when there's any crisis happen in Asia, because a lot of Asian actually bought Australia property, or even in US, why does most investor lose money? There are many reasons, but one of the reasons is probably, it's like trader, you know, when you have a winning trade, running trade, and you have somewhere that are losing money, what we see is a lot of time they will cut loss, or they will cut the profit and keep their losses. They always have this mindset of how low can it go. So seeing it is believing it, correct? So let me just jump to pound dollar first. How low can it go, correct? Weekly chart. Why not I show you a monthly chart, what happened to the Brexit? How low can it go? It will always recover. Did it recover back? It didn't. It didn't even come back to here. Alright, so these are certain things that this is the Brexit period. Alright, so this is the Lehman Brothers period. You see, so these are things that we really have to stop and tell ourselves of, come on, you know, how low can it go and stuff like that. These are the statements that is, you shouldn't be really thinking of that, you see. Good that we go up to the monthly view, you see, a retest of the low. Did I just now tell you that I do see a upside, a pushing towards the upside is more potential than a selling? So definitely I'm looking for a longer term buying opportunity. Just that right now I have to write on small retracement, because these are times that market is very uncertain, and this kind of movement can potentially let me hit my first target, and that's why I'm asking for. Then I can shift stops to entry for my second target. Alright, Australia dollar. So I'm saying this is the second time bomb that I'm thinking is going to happen. You see over here, these are little signs that is really waiting for collapse, man. Yeah. Alright, so let's go to the weekly chart for the fun of it. I still do not have time to really go into this deep analysis and stuff like that. You know, for Australia dollar, I've been saying for quite some time that it's going to crash like big time and catch a lot of people unaware. Alright, so for Aussie, I'm all in for a, when I say all in, I'm not saying that I risk everything. All my trades, I only risk about 3.3% of my portfolio, of my entire capital. Alright, so I'm all in a way that really focus on all selling opportunity on Australia related, Aussie dollar and Aussie CAD in particular. Alright, so I am waiting, and these are trades that will take months, you know, even years, you know. So daily chart, market double bottom, came back down. This was a buying opportunity I refused to take. This is the support line. These are the areas I'm looking to buy. I refuse to take. I'm waiting for more confirmation down to the 4-hour chart. A 4-hour chart, I'm waiting for it to show something like a shark pattern at 67.22 for a buying opportunity. It looks like it's really a miss, because the key about harmonic pattern, it must look harmonious. This kind of movement is not nice, it's not good at all. But why I still keep this chart here, I love to observe, and because right now I'm so busy that I can't just came up with something and a rules or a thoughts of how to trade, and I'll just test it again, because each test it will take me months if I'm really onto it. All weekends will be burned. I have to look through all charts, all time frame for like 100 times to derive and set a rule. So that's how I create strategies. So right now I'm pretty much not looking into creating new ones, but rather has some observation, and when time permits I may create something. Alright, so to the 1-hour chart, don't get me wrong, I'm still waiting over there. It's just that if the market just slide down, hit here, and an indecision candle, like a magic candle over here happens, then I'll just buy it up, you know, without much hesitation. With this kind of formation, I will hesitate. I will definitely hesitate. Think twice, at least wait for confirmation before I engage the trade. So over here, on the 1-hour chart, I believe on the 15-minute chart there is some harmonic pattern set up. So we can go and have a look. So this is invalid, delete it away, don't cloud out your chart. So you know 15 minutes is not my thing, and this look not so nice compared to the bigger time frame. So yeah, right now market is into a bullish bet setup on a 15-minute chart. something like this. Please, harmonic pattern, there is 19 rules. I have derived it, or rather structure it and list it down. Just now I just use a quick, let me see. You might see that I only have 2 rules, but actually in fact I use about 7 rules, because my eyes are trained and I know what filters I'm looking for. So I have about 7 rules in place just by doing that. But total, it have about 19 rules, and minimum you have to reach 12 to call it a harmonic pattern. Yeah, so please don't just enter blindly. If I sketch it out over here, all prices are sent to my subscriber over here. Alright, it's done. Entry, stops, targets and stuff like that, things we are looking at, the result of it. Alright, hit profits, step-by-step updates. Yeah. Target 1 hit 47 pips, target 2 stop loss entry 5 pips. I was gearing for 66, which is fine. Alright, so things like that. Alright, pound yen, beautifully done. Target achieved 63 pips, stop loss entry 4 pips, target 2 got stop loss entry. Very transparent. That's what you might like it. I already shared the link. If you really want to get committed, is come on, even you pay on a monthly basis, it's just $297 a month. You can get a coach round the clock for you. I do sleep, so surprise. So the timing that I'm going to support you is from 9 AM all the way to 9 PM. I think it's good enough. I'm going to reduce a bit of the support time. I do have a lot of students ask questions in midnight. I'll reply next day. Don't know why they do so, because FX, the most active hour is not during the midnight period, unless you are like option traders. A different story on that. Alright, so to the next pair. Don't want to keep Jeremy waiting. Aussie cat on the daily chart, bearish movement, in fact very bearish movement. Market break and close below the low price, retraces into the resistance area again and show weakness again. Alright, to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, market has this crazy movement. Alright, look like a spike up, then it fall down. So it's something that is fall off. Something that is very important is you have to look through a multiple time frame to see what is the overall thing. On the daily chart is like a bird's eye view, the overall picture. 4-hour chart tell you what's going on in the mid-term period, and you can definitely engage on the 4-hour chart. And of course 1 hour give you a precise entry. Alright, so right now I'm looking for shorting opportunity. All my focus is on shorting. So at the minimum support resistance, I'm not looking to buy because of this sign, break and close below the low, and market went up to the resistance area. Alright, let me share with you my analysis. Sharp pattern. This sharp, I don't think it's going to happen, or it will be invalid somewhere along the way. Hang on, yeah, most likely it's going to invalid. But I like what I've shared with you. I love to observe. Alright, so 93.37, waiting for shorting opportunity. To the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, this is a inverted descending triangle. I told you I love to observe, so I created some rules for a trading opportunity. I'm waiting for a selling opportunity, and I did draw a sharp pattern. It looked very perfect for a shorting opportunity. I think I've just deleted it, maybe. So the price just shoot all the way off the area for the sharp pattern completion. I think the completion is somewhere over here. So a trade that is not taken, like what I share with you. A lot of times traders, or rather if you want to do it professionally, you have to really analyze, and you really have to wait. And sometimes you can be waiting for weeks, even for months, depending on your time frame. And by the time you know it, it's invalid, and that's fine, you know. So that's why you have to pick a good trades. A trades that give you very good reward is the risk ratio before you engage a trade. So dollar CAD is a very choppy currency pair. Alright, although it pushed a bit more towards the downside in the recent movement, overall movement still considered a sideways movement for me. Alright, So over here, these are points that you should really take note. Sideways movement is one of the easiest way to trade, I feel. And of course, speaking from a born counter trend trader, start off as a counter trend and breakout trader. Then after that, I started trading in 05, 08, started teaching. Only till 2014, I graduated myself as a trend trader after capturing 1,400 pips on euro dollar in a single direction. Alright, then of course later on I developed other stuff like stack trading and stuff like that. 4-hour chart, market went up, went to consolidation, waiting for buying opportunity. To the 1 hour. Back to daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. Over here, sell zone is a overall godly pattern, 1.3443 selling opportunity over here, and this is the sell zone. All right, for the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, there is this bad pattern that went sideways for quite some time. My co-trainer Boon Hui has already engaged the trade. I have not, because I'm pretty much spoiled by choices. But right now, because of movement like this, I'm just going to shift it down a bit. Yeah. Let me just have a look over here. So I'm just going to shift it down a bit for my alert, and I'll just observe if I'm going to engage the trade earlier. Somewhere over here. Alright, that's 4-hour chart. That pattern, consolidation. We will see. Alright, so is the 1 hour. Jeremy still here? Has it been helpful to you? They do piece movement. Interesting. Alright, so let me just go to the next pair, Cat Yen. Cat Yen has been a very sideways market movement. Nice. Because I can't see your name, that's the reason I keep asking, because I think we are not connected or something like that. Yep, so Canada Yen on the daily chart, market came down and pretty sideways. So when sideways movement, it has a lot of harmonic patterns setting up. To the 4-hour chart, 4-hour chart market has break and close below the low, overall bearish until over here it happens at the first break of the high and break and close above the high. Then the market break and close below the support level. So it does show a very sideways movement in Cat Yen, but pushing towards the downside. To the 1-hour chart is what we have. Very interesting setup. One of my traders has already took profit over here. Beautiful. Shared a screenshot with me this morning. Amazing. Alright, so let me share with you my analysis on the daily chart. Just delete this. Alright, I have a bearish butterfly as well as a shark pattern. Alright, it will take some time to form up. Market went up, came down, so perhaps extension to the upside is possible. Let's see when it's going to reverse. To the 4-hour chart, there are a couple of things I'm waiting for. So on the 4-hour chart, this shark pattern, we have lots of shark pattern. Alright, shark, then become a bad pattern over here. So pretty good thoughts of buying as well is still valid. Let me see if my Alright, on the 1-hour chart. Alright, so on the 1-hour chart, you can see very strong bearish bet pattern that we have lots of. Oh, I was looking for my Canada Yen. It took profit already. Have I updated it? Oh, target to hit. Great. Target to achieve plus 60 pips. So you see, as a full-time trader, and you do know that I'm quite serious in trading and fund size wasn't really that small. Why can I trade with such ease? Reason being, I know having a healthy reward is to risk ratio, and with a tested strategy, it became very low stress level. I do not need a high what's that word? High hit rate? A lot of better word I can't think of right now because I slept too little yesterday. So yeah, so that's the nice thing about this. You know, I don't even know my trade already took profits. That's bad on my side, but you get what I mean, correct? So yeah, retest. These are symbols that show up in my system, of course not on trading view. I just plot it so my traders can have a look. I actually enter on a retest of it. In fact, I think the first round cat yen I hit stop loss, small stop loss, and I see these signs over here and the structure itself. I engaged another short, market went a bit off, then zoom all the way to my profit level. Beautiful. Alright, so cat yen is done for now. So for at least for 1 hour chart, you see the previous run, so beautiful, came back down, profits as well. The second run hit the first stop loss, and because I'm so well versed in structure reading and stuff like that, right, so one is done, just delete it. Alright, so right now because I did share with you, didn't I, that it is a very sideways movement for this pair. I'm seeing the same thing. Yeah, I'm seeing the same bad pattern. Just checking if I miss out anything else. Nope. I think a sharp pattern. This sharp pattern over here. Let's see. Okay, for the fun of it. Nope. Alright, so yeah, I'm pretty much focused on buying opportunity right now. Maybe it can be just as simple as a support resistance buying opportunity. Let's see how it goes. Back to 1 hour chart again. Market came down, went up, came down, consolidation, flat, nothing. So cat yen is definitely in my watch list. Alright. Okay. Pound Australia and dollar sing is very fast because I only share one time frame for dollar sing. This is a love-hate relationship recently. Yeah, so pound Australia has triumphed the result of my pound yen. Pound yen is my strongest pair. So yeah. What kind of traders are you, Jeremy? Maybe you can share a bit. Are you a trend trader, counter trend traders? Do you trade harmonic patterns? Are you one of our graduates? Not quite sure because if you have not realized, Harmonic Forex has the founder of Harmonic Forex right now is working with us, Woon Hui. So I don't know whether you are his graduates. So please type in a bit, so I can share even more. Yeah. So if you are graduates, let us know which batch you were from. Yeah. So pound Australia on the daily chart, overall is still well resisted. You can see a candle break and close above the high, but like I've shared earlier, this is a shadow that covers it, so it is still a resistance. But I have also did share with you, pound seems like it's pushing upwards, so I'm not going to push my luck to keep on shorting all the pounds. And yeah, so who's your mentor? Do you have any mentor right now, and what is the strategies you're using? Right, so on the 4 hour chart, over here market has break above and close above the high over here, double top. Those who managed short over here, fantastic. I did not. Alright, so pound Aussie is a bit, I don't know, I don't want to say it too early, but it's a bit out of my focus right now, if I may say. Yeah, so let's say if there's anything, I don't think there's anything over here from me. No. Yeah, so that's that. Alright, back to daily chart. Let me share with you my analysis. You already seen it. Crab pattern still valid. Market double top. RSI divergence. RSI still in divergence. I just got no heart to short it for now. Yeah, so that's the sad thing. Alright, to the 4-hour chart, I did engage it using a shark, but it hit stop loss. But that's what happened to Pound Australia. And of course, shark pattern even more make it that way. You see, it's actually pretty normal for things like this happen. Market hits the stop loss, however it's still valid. So the question is, how confident are you with your harmonic pattern and how well you know the currency pair? There are traders that do like a single pattern, like a bad pattern, and on all currency pair, which is fine. But if we are looking in patterns like crab and shark, and if you trade ABCD pattern, the harmonic ABCD, not the equal distance, you really have to know structure very well, and you have to understand your system very well as your currency pair. If not, I think it's a whole lot of nightmare, if you ask me. Yeah, so right now I think this shark, I don't know, I will definitely need a confirmation to engage it. Hopefully we are looking at the previous high again, because don't underestimate this movement. You see, Pound Australia is a great movement. It's like a juggernaut. So I often share with my guys, if you happen to trade Pound Aussie, please leave Pound Cat, Pound Franc, Pound New Zealand aside. Don't touch them, because there will be too much of a juggernaut kind of movement, great movement, big movement, choppy movement in your portfolio. Too many of it. I think one is more than enough. Yeah, so that's my personal view. Of course, it's okay to disagree. I'm not going to debate on that, but you really have to take note of that. Yeah, so you see, this movement, let's say it came back up to the high price, and if I can short it just to the support level, it's 218 pips, you know. It's crazy a lot, and that not even hit the first target level. Yeah, do you 1 hour chart? Nothing much on the 1 hour. Let's just try to double check really, right? Yeah, I don't have. Alright, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, so if you are a harmonic pattern traders, then you are in the right place for Euro Pound. I just don't trade it because it limits me. It limits me. So dollar Sing, are you a Singaporean, Jeremy? So dollar Sing is one of the pair that, if you ask me last year over the dead body, I'm going to trade. But it's because that I'm in a business organization that people use dollar in exchange of Sing and vice versa. So I did some of the crazy analysis and share with them, and it's spot on, and help some of them to save $6,000 just by transferring the money 2 weeks later. So because of those spot on analysis, I start to look at dollar Sing, and guess what? This is my first trade using harmonic pattern. In the past, I traded once before. It's during the 38 Oxley Road case, if you still remember. So when you go to the parliament, I know it's not good news for Singapore, whichever the outcome is. So I shorted it at 1 p.m. That was the time that it was on parliament. So I shorted at 1 p.m. and I exit about 6. I make a couple of grands out of it. Alright, so a lot of times when you heard news, you ask yourself, is it tradable? Hong Kong wise, I'm not talking about the riot, but previously about the Hong Kong bank interest rate. I wanted to short Hong Kong dollar, so I want to buy dollar Hong Kong, but at that time the spread was 50 pips. Yeah, you hear me right, 50 pips. So which part of Malaysia, Jeremy? So 50 pips spread, I don't know, I just can't get myself enter a trade that I have to pay a 50 pip spread to engage that trade, you see. So always check spread before engage, don't assume, please. Alright, and the swap rate, you might be interested to know. Alright, so let us go to the pair. Wonderful. Alright, so Jeremy, thanks for being here. Which part of Malaysia, if you don't mind sharing? Let me just hit the chart with Euro Pound. GBP. On the daily chart, oh wow. Let us go to the weekly chart first. Not trading this at all. See, Euro Pound currency pair like Euro Pound is one of the okay, bearish bet, Pound Aussie. I'll have a look shortly after this. Thanks, Tyler. I'll share with the group. I'll double check. Of course, you can share over here if you love to. Yeah, Euro Pound is a pair that is great for harmonic pattern, but it can pose a challenge for traders like me who love to extend targets. So that's why it's not in my list. Alright, support level, previous high. Alright, very nice structure for support resistance as well. To the daily chart, so it's overall uptrend. Euro Pound overall uptrend on the weekly chart, and is well supported now. To the daily chart, market came back, retest on the support. If I were you, I will be waiting for a buying opportunity for sure. Let's see if there's any patterns. Look like we are in the Gartley zone. Alright. Forward chart. One hour. See, right now, because of the overall structure and pattern and setup, I am just focusing on a buying opportunity for this setup. Myself, I won't be trading it because I trade fixed currency, and I just added dollar Sing, so I'm not trading this. I'm just purely doing analysis on this for you. So pretty much waiting for a buy opportunity. It's actually hit warning signs already, if you know, if you have been trained well. So to me, you're just trading a support resistance. Yeah. Of course, no one is stopping you to buy. Having a better reward is the risk ratio, but this entire thing has already hit a warning sign. Yep. So a true harmonic pattern traders won't trade this. It hit many warning signs, in fact. Yeah. So if you're strict about it, don't trade. Let it go. But what can be done? Don't trade the Gartley, correct? I didn't say don't trade anything else, right? So delete away this Gartley. Don't trade this Gartley, it's bad for you. 4-hour chart. Oh my god. Are you familiar with crabs? Please do your independent analysis, okay? If you do, this crab has already hit warning sign as well, but it's better than the Gartley, I feel. This is the price that you can perhaps wait for a buying opportunity. 8439. Better wait for a candle confirmation, PRZ, for you to engage a crab pattern. And of course, if you have our software, that will be much easier. Arrow showing up as a confirmation for you. So apart from that, I don't think anything else can do over here. I'll be focusing on buying, not selling though, because of the weekly chart. The overall picture, it really favors a buying opportunity. In fact, it's a very good level to buy for a mid to long term trade. Yeah, it's huge, you know, this trade. 8440. 8440. Alright, so assuming if let's say market came down to 8440 and for some crazy reason you decide to engage this trade and trade it all the way to the top here, let's say candle body, we're talking about 813 pips. So yeah, Jeremy, this is for you. I may keep my second target all the way up to 813 pips if I were you. I'll wait for a crab pattern to engage this trade. Definitely need a confirmation because it has reached a warning sign, and just observe how it goes. Best of luck. Let me just use my software, Euro Pound, right, to check if I miss out anything. Spotted similar stuff, but different time frame, I think. No, same time frame, different X, different starting point. Or perhaps, let me just check here. 22nd October 2000 hours. 22nd October, much earlier. 22nd October, $200. This candle over here. This is the X. To A to B, B to C, CD completion. Yeah. So if you're following this, then set to say the first target has already hit. Alright, so when the first target hit, came back down, it's pretty much up to you if you want to engage again as a type 2 trade. So let me just delete this for now first. Alright, so first target already hit. For myself, in most cases I'm not so interested, but of course if you're going into a 800 pips profits, why not, right? The reward is the risk will be very good. Yep, so can wait for further confirmation, engage the trade. So what can be done, you can set an alert, alright, and wait for confirmation to engage. Alright, so that's all I have for you today. If you are looking at Malaysia, is not so far. If you're looking to equip yourself with the right skill of harmonic pattern as well as trend analysis, and of course a coach for you for a year at least, join us. We have a workshop 2 to 5 p.m. This is a workshop for you to really attend and understand more the things we do and stuff like that. But of course, since you have been with us like live session, you know we analyze chart, and if you check out our past what you call a session and stuff like that, and let's say you want to go straight to our course, you can do so as well. So let me just share the link for the workshop, 3 hours workshop in Singapore. I do have people from Hong Kong, Cayman, actually flew over to attend the entire course. Alright, so let me just key in 3 hours workshop. Alright, that's that. Yep. And let's say if you are just say, hey Rain, I'll just sign online and I'll just attend your session. We want to achieve a 30 minutes work day for you, but of course the learning process will take some time. And this is a link for the actual session. Training starts on 17 December 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. So next year I'm really focusing, in fact this year, even for this month in December, I really focus a lot in trading and stuff like that. If you really want to equip yourself with this skill, you want to get in this financial industry. Calvin is not a financial graduate, but right now he's working for brokers as a webinar speaker, and only working like 2 hours a day. Yep, pretty good. Alright, so these are something that is possible for you. And right now we are doing a crazy promotion. I think it's the last session I'm going to do this. 1598 is only 1598 in Sing. Next session I'm going to adjust to 1598 US, because end of the day we are earning US dollar, correct? And it's a lifelong skill for this. Alright, so that's all I have for you today. Till then, remember always plan your trade and show your plan, and I will see you soon in the next workshop. See you guys. Take care.